Alright guys, welcome back to another Dragonheir video. In this video, I want to talk about a certain affinity. That is my worst affinity. That is, well, that is poison. Alright, I'll say this. I'm not sure if it's me or do you guys have the same feeling. I just can't get high damage with this affinity for some reason. Alright, I do have a lot of good legendary champions, but I just feel like even with all legendary DPS I have here, right? The damage is still not comparable to my other affinities. Maybe the other affinities I have, like I was using epic champions and they can easily outdamage the poison affinity. Because I was like poison affinity was actually the only thing I wasn't able to hit 22 million in other world exploration on those daily bosses. It's actually the only one I wasn't able to do 22 million, and I was using those DPSs, really strong DPS. and then I realized something. I was looking at Lothier's passive. When this hero's skill deals damage to a target under poison, it deals extra damage, which is really cool, but again it's capped. And then Jathalia, this skill actually take away all the poisons. So that is really weird. So this is basically a bigger poison explosion. It takes away all the poisons and deal derivative damage, right? But sometimes the problem of this champion is like it takes away all the poisons. You really need to have a extremely strong Jathalia in order for this to deal more damage. Because if you, let's say you have very good you have very strong like other poison DPS and you have a very weak Jathalia, and Jathalia just takes away all the poisons from other very powerful DPS, this actually decreases your DPS. I know it sounds insane that a hero's ultimate actually decreases your DPS. Like if you have a strong poison team but a very weak Jathalia, and you put Jathalia on the team, yeah, it's actually harmful. It do you no good. So yeah, I don't know. Like you're gonna build this guy strong, right? And for other poison, like even if you're not using Jathalia, I think poison in general is really underwhelming, right? It's capped at 30% of caster's attack. I have played another gacha game, Racial Legends, where in that game, the poison is actually not capped with the attacker's HP, right? It is capped based on the enemy's max HP. So let's say the enemy has insanely high max HP, the maximum damage of poison is like 100,000. That's the max. It doesn't cap at attacker's HP. So I think this, I really think the developers could change this up to 30% of caster HP to maybe up to a certain damage threshold, and it's scaled with the enlightenment of that champion, right? And poison, this is actually one of the affinity that is harder to build, right? Because you need attack, you need enlightenment, and you need accuracy. That's like all these champions here, once you reach to the late game, accuracy, like to having to build accuracy on all the damage dealers, it's really annoying. You're gonna get to that at least 200, right? You get that affinity bonus 50, and the clan boss has like requires 280 accuracy. That's really hard to build, and it just doesn't do enough damage. Maybe I can show what I'm talking about, right? So let's do drilling ground. I have a full poison team here. I usually do a lot of testing here to see how my champion work. Let's go to level 195, and let's just make it 60 seconds, right? And see what type of damage these 3 DPS can do. I know I have 2 support. Yeah, they doesn't have to be here. I put them here just for the affinity, elemental affinity bonus. So technically, I only have 3 DPS: Jathalia, Twitch, and Urgander. I know, like Jathalia and Urgander, they just basically are not compatible with each other because the passive and Jethalia's ultimate is the contrary, right? So let's just take a look at what type of damage this poison team can put out, right? And I don't even think there is one good poison champion that can use the decreased defense of artifact. Right, so we got some poison stack here, 20 stack, and Jethalia is gonna remove it. Okay, Jethalia removes it. Now my Lothier lost the bonus. Okay, so I'm gonna slowly stack the poisons. Okay. Okay, so Jethalia's damage is higher and higher. But I mean, Jethalia's damage is actually fake damage. The reason I'm saying this is if Jethalia is not on the team, your other champion's damage is gonna be much higher. So let's see. Right, Lothar is let's take a look at how much damage Lothar did for this run, right? So this is 1 minute mark. Lothar did 50%. So Lothar did 120. That 1.2 million? Yeah, that's 1.2 million. Jethalia is 800,000. Yeah, let's just remember that. Let's see, if I take out Jethalia, how much damage can this team do? Alright, now I put in this champion here. Paulus. Instead of Jethalia. I think my Lothiar's damage is gonna be much higher. Alright, there's no one in the team that is going to remove the poison from the boss. So I'm just gonna put it full auto. This is an epic champion. Let's see. Let's see the damage. For 1 minute run, the boss should have a lot of poisons. $26 stacks here. The Lothar did 80 already. 800, I mean. Okay, so Lothar did like 10% more damage, which is actually surprisingly not that not a lot more compared to the previous run, right? So maybe I chose the wrong epic. Like the guy just doesn't have enough damage, Horus. And maybe I chose the wrong epic, but you can see like other poison champion basically deals more damage. So when you put in Jethalia on your team, the damage output is from her is actually not real because she takes away other people's damage. That's my point, right? But if you have a very Jethalia, very strong Jethalia, it's actually quite good. But my point is, like, if you don't have a strong enough version of Jethalia, and you have other very strong poison DPS, it's actually gonna be very bad because she takes away your poisons and deal damage based on basically based on her enlightenment, right? So yeah, I don't know, like Poison Affinity, I've been really struggling about Poison Affinity. I just couldn't get high damage no matter what, even though I have the exclusive artifact on Lothar. I have a very strong Lothar. Look at this enlightenment. Yeah, I just couldn't get that 22 million mark. I don't know why. And I don't even know, like, if you need to use like the decreased defense artifact, this artifact here, because I don't know if poison can ignore defense, because in other games I have played, like those have a poison debuffs, they can ignore defense, but it doesn't really tell you in this game. Those poison damage, poison ticking damage, like does decreased defense help? I don't know, right? So let me know, like, what type of poison team are you guys using, right? Are you guys also struggling at Poison Affinity? Do you guys think that Poison is still like the underwhelming affinity, or is there a worse affinity than Poison? Let me know. Alright. But I did hear from some mega whales saying that Poison is really good once you have the correct champion. But I don't know. Alright. Leave a comment, let me know. Maybe I'm bad at the game, bad at this Poison affinity, and I'm willing to hear all the team suggestions. So I'll see you guys in a video soon. Bye.